We took off all of our clothes. I went in there and there are like a lot of people fucking. And oh my god, it gets even worse. Hi guys, Andre here. Today I'm gonna be talking about my recent trip to Milan. I usually travel alone, so I thought that maybe some of my experience will be interesting or helpful to anyone going to Milan, especially to single gays. So a friend of mine who lives in Milan was always saying how wild the parties are in there and how cute are the gays. Upon my arrival, obviously I opened Tinder and I was like, damn girl, this was definitely a reason to come here. I mean, let me just show you. You know what? Let's just see some more pictures. My trip already started funny because on a plane, out of all of the people I could have been sitting with, I sat with a gay couple. They knew a few things about Milan and they were very happy to share some of the places that I should absolutely go to. They actually made me a whole bunch of lists of places, of restaurants, of clubs, of things to see. And that was very helpful because usually when I go to a trip, I plan nothing. I am a very spontaneous person. I never make my research before I go somewhere because I don't want to set any expectations. I used to do that before and that really didn't work out for me. So now when I'm going to a new place, I have zero expectations, I have no ideas what I'm gonna do, just seeing what's nearby and what can I visit and where can I go, or I just follow most of the people that go somewhere because, you know, they probably know what they're doing. So upon my arrival, I didn't see that much because it was already late in the evening, but I did open Grindr and tried some local snack. And so on the next day I woke up and I was like, okay, what do I want to do? First I went to the shop which was nearby. Since I don't know Italian, it was a bit challenging to understand what was the food that I looked at, and that's why I used the Google Translator. It has the option to translate it with a camera. You know, you just take a picture and it translates automatically. And that absolutely saved my life many times. I was in shock how cheap the booze is there. I mean, the alcohol prices are just like, come on. How can you not be drunk every day in Italy? Oh my god. One more funny story that happened to me, that when I was in the shop, I was on my Grindr, obviously. And then there was this local dude who was living nearby and he invited me to come to his place and I was like, yeah, like sure, why not? When I arrived, I was shocked of how short he is. And I mean short, he was like 150 and I'm 190 something. You cannot imagine how awkward our height difference was. And I was like, okay, let's try this out. And oh my god, it gets even worse. Since I came over, we planned to do some very intimate stuff, you know. And then he says to me, sorry, I don't have any lube. Is olive oil okay? I was literally thinking, what the fuck is happening? But since I was really in the mood, I was like, okay, let's try this out too. Let's see what happens there. So he already kind of heated me up and I was like so in the mood, and so I was like standing there waiting for him, and instead he just keeps asking me some kind of weird questions like, what do you like? Do you want me to do this? Oh, I'm gonna do that. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? This ain't a quiz. Are we gonna fuck or not? And so I got really impatient, I got really mad, and I just left. Anyway, after exploring the local kitchen, I finally got to the city center and I got to see, oh my god, the amazing architecture of Milan. I was speechless. I literally gasped when I was just walking on the streets. I didn't know where exactly I'm going, and then I just stood, oh my god, I have the thingies. I just stood there and I was like, wow, this is like honestly magnificent. That night we also went out and we went to a place where all the gays hang out. And this is basically a whole square or like a very long street which is full of gay bars only, and that's amazing. There's like so many people just out there going from one place to another. The atmosphere there, like, oh my god, I felt like I'm home. Huge Swedish table, and you're just like, huh, he's hot, he's also handsome, like, what do I do, where do I go, how do I start this? This is like, frustrating. It wasn't very successful, however, I did really enjoy the night out, because you just out there, and especially after lockdown, like, oh my god, seeing so many people out, especially knowing that they're all gays, this is just amazing. The next day I continued to explore Milan, and my friend showed me some really cool places with all of the modern high buildings and all of the cool parks in there. That was really cool. But what I did enjoy the most was the cemetery. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I'm obsessed with the Gothic architecture and just like these kind of stuff. And when you go there, it's very peaceful and quiet. No one interrupts you, no one speaks about their problems or anything. But I mean, the sculptures and then the architecture and all of the stuff that I saw there, it's just wow. The only thing that bothered me was the heat, because it was like 38 degrees and something. So yeah, I was literally a walking vampire, just walking from a shadow to a shadow and escaping all of the sunlight that I could. Good thing is that there is a lot of drinking water that you can just grab out there, even on the cemetery. And I also got this cute fan, so that was like life-saving, definitely. So after the cemetery, I went to Chinatown, which was nearby, and that was a cool place too. Yeah, I purchased some Chinese snacks that I then tried at home. Some of the stuff that I got was really spicy, and I don't even know what was that. Was that a meat? Was it like a snack or something? It's really hard for me to describe it since I never tried anything similar to that. And so it was evening, and of course I went out. Duh. I went to a gay club called Black Hole, and that it was really cool there. It was really nice. It was very hot inside, but there was a very nice music playing. There was a drag show that I really enjoyed, actually. There were some very cute guys in there, and so the night went really well. This Italian guy, I came over to his place, and then we decided to go to another place, actually. I was told that it's a gay bar, but when we actually went there, it turned out it's a sex club. But I'm not a pussy, so of course I entered. I had to purchase there some kind of like card, which is also, I think, valid for all of the places in Italy. They have like some kind of system combined, whatever. When I entered the place, we went upstairs and we had to get naked. We took off all of our clothes. We only had our shoes left. We were assigned the numbers of where our stuff is. The dude took a pencil and just like drew it on us instead of giving us the, the number. And then they opened the curtains. I went in there and they're like, a lot of people fucking, because it's a sex club. Like, what are you expecting? I kind of freaked out first, but hey, that's not my first sex club. I mean, I partied in Berlin, so not gonna go much into details in here, but I did find some cute Brazilian guys, and so the night went pretty well. The next day, I went swimming to Como Lake to wash away all of my sins from the weekend that I spent in Milan. And oh my god, I thought I will not be amazed by the places in Italy anymore, but girl, was I wrong. You're swimming out there with this amazing view and the water just feels so nice on your skin and all of the mountains, and oh, that definitely made my trip even better. I mean, I had some adventures and some cool places and met some cool people, but that, And so yeah, traveling alone is amazing. Especially when you're single, especially when you're gay, you're just opening some dating apps. You just meet local people, they show you around, show their bodies, and then you're just having a nice time. That's like a whole new experience. It's a whole adventure, at least for me. This is how I usually want my trips to be. A big adventure to remember. And so after Milan, I went to Prague, and hey, that was also a very interesting adventure that I'm gonna share with you in my next video. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you have some questions about my trip, and see ya!